I'm going to try to say as much as I want in the first 45 seconds because it should be deleted. We're going to start this show. I got hurricane. I got eggs. 34 seconds in. Am I live? I'm here. 10 seconds. 34 seconds cut off. That's all right. Static check. Well, I got static. I left a like on the stream. NFL Week 1 picks. For Sunday. We've already seen the first 2 games of the week. Do I want to call every game? Not really. I got Atlanta winning at home over the Steelers. Really, the 10 a.m. games are going to stick out way more. I'm going to have a hard time remembering who's playing it. Rams line is the main event. Everybody's going to be on that tomorrow. The Rams have a losing streak. It's not looking good. It's looking like the Lions have been dominating the Rams lately. I can't remember the last time the Rams beat the Giants. I mean, Rams, let's see. Rams last win versus Detroit. Feels like a long time ago. This is the second time in this year they've played. They didn't play since 20. They haven't played two games in the same year in a long time. The last time they played twice in the same year, never. That's because of the playoff game. The playoff game happening in the same year as a regular season, so it's a rare game, I guess. I mean, I'm saying never. Why was I saying never? Why was I saying never? They've never played twice in the same year. In the NFC, football is dominated by who you play twice a year. Like, the Bengals play the Steelers twice a year. I'm always thinking about the Steelers twice a year. Like Detroit is a once-a-year team. Nobody sees them in the playoffs to have two. So it's not really the Rams. The Rams probably play people twice a year all the time. But, who do I got? Texans are going to win. Texans on road. I'm not taking many road teams tomorrow, okay? My road favorites, Minnesota at the Giants. Texans on the road. Texans at the Colts. Is it Panthers and Saints that I'm taking the Panthers? NFL schedule.
Here are the NFL games for Week 1.
I'm taking the Bears at home. Yeah, a lot of people are going to take the Titans on the road. But that's a good. The Cardinals fans think they're better on the road, but they're not going to beat the Bills. Texans will beat the Colts. The Jags should upset on the road. They play so many road games. They have such a long year. I got the Vikings winning on the road. I got the Panthers beating the Saints. That's an upset. That's what I want. I want to see the people in the Superdome not happy. You're not allowed to be happy unless I'm happy. NFL schedule.
Here are the NFL games for week 1.
I'm taking the Rams on the road. I could have swore this game was going to be in LA, but they're playing Detroit twice a year in Detroit. That's not normal. Not normal. You know the next game is going to be in LA. If Detroit wins the North, and if the Rams will basically have to win the North to get a game to Detroit next year. And then they could meet in the playoffs again. This could be the second of 4 potential games we're going to sit through. Okay, the Jets on the road. I'm leaning Jets, but that's not really today. That's tomorrow. The Commanders and Buccaneers. I don't like the Buccaneers, so I've always liked Washington if it doesn't affect me. So I'm going to root for Washington at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Cowboys should beat the Browns because they are who they are. Broncos not going to beat Seattle. I think Seattle at home is going to beat the Broncos. Raiders are the worst team in football. The Chargers will win at home. And a lot of really bad teams are on the road this week. The worst teams are not at home. I mean, the Patriots are a bad team. They're on the road. The Cardinals are on the road. The Vikings are on the road. Broncos on the road. Commanders on the road. It's a bad team to argue with me. And that's actually everything I had. I mean, I just picked every game. I'm done in 4 minutes. The average NFL pick'em show isn't that long. You know, the Steelers have a lot riding. The Steelers have the most to lose today because they're facing back-to-back opening week 1 losses. I mean, the Bengals, that happens to them all the time. They're gunning for Mike Tomlin's job this year. How many hours till kickoff? 8 hours. 8 hours. I want to wake up and just get the score. I'm not watching. I'm watching if I can find it. I don't pay my $1,000 to watch NFL football. I pay nothing. I don't even know what service where to start. The Colts are on CBS. That's it. That's all you need. Thanks to Peyton Manning. The Colts have no primetime games, right? Right? Is that right? Because CBS is secretly the Colts broadcasting. A single primetime game versus the Mets, the Jets. I call them the Mets, but they're playing at MetLife Stadium. What's the difference? And it shouldn't be green Jets coming out. We should see a new Jet uniform tomorrow. You lost your ass on college football today. No Fed. The Fed. I'm not smoking the Fent. Okay. Nobody like, subscribe, and enjoy yourself. This is amazing YouTube. Second coming of Aaron Rodgers. I pray to God that just one time I need Aaron. I need you today. Okay. He's never coming again. This will be the last time Aaron is coming. Unless the Jets win back-to-back Super Bowls, and they're hyping up the Super Bowl 60 Jet run. That's yeah, that's right. Yeah, believe that. It's more likely than Brock Purdy. Nobody wants to hear about Brock Purdy at Super Bowl 60. But honestly, somebody has to lose the game. The 49ers doesn't matter. It's not in. They need to defend the Super Bowl in San Francisco. That's it. I don't want to see them play in the Superdome. I want to see somebody else in the Superdome. And just like the Rose Bowl, the Rose Bowl would never want to have a team come back that they've already hosted. The 49ers have played the Super Bowl in the Superdome. They don't need to do it again. It's bad for league business. The league is doing so good because many teams had a big turnaround last year, but these Brock Purdy's, he's still got Jimmy's Avengers. Like, Brock Purdy has the same team Jimmy Garoppolo has. Anybody could step in to the 49ers offense, and the 49ers need Andy Dalton. I just want to say that every day. You want every other player from the Panthers to save your Super Bowl, but you don't want Andy now. You want Christian McCaffrey, Panthers running back. The Panthers quarterback, no. You need to get Andy Dalton. Andy he's playing in the Superdome tomorrow. That's just like the Superdome Bowl. But he's not starting. I don't even know if he's suited up. I don't know if Andy's ever won a game versus the Saints. Attitude doesn't change anything. So having an attitude doesn't fix a problem. Let me get through these eggs. Due to the inflation on my budget, I can afford 2 eggs a day. In communist Russia, you get 9 eggs an hour for coming to work. A good job in America is 33 eggs per hour. It's too much work to get the salt and pepper out. The detonator, swing, swing, swing. The Falcons are in trouble though, because they want to be in first place tomorrow. The Steelers want to end. I hate the Steelers. I hate the Steelers, bro. Last year, week 1, I expected the Steelers to win. I don't want to think like that. This is not last year. I'm not fantasizing about a Steelers victory over the 49ers. I like the Falcons. I like the Falcons more than the. Okay. Falcons are good. I've never been mad at the Falcons, except Kyle Shanahan. I've been mad at the coach. Now, just because I'm mad at Kyle Shanahan, the coach of the 49ers, doesn't mean I'm going to be mad at the Falcons for blowing Super Bowls. I could be mad at Shannon Sharp and John Elway for winning that Super Bowl 32. They didn't need to win that shit. It could have been Jets Falcons Super Bowl 32. We wouldn't be in this problem anymore. But instead the Denver Broncos needed to win Super Bowl 32. That Super Bowl 22 was the last time I wanted to ever watch a Bronco game, when they lost 55-10. Nobody ever wanted to watch another Bronco game. It was like the NFL was like, okay, we need to take the Broncos off. And that's when the Colts got the deal. Yeah, that's when the Colts became big. Right when Denver was the absolute worst team. The AFC could not compete with the NFC. The Colts take Eric Dickerson. They get #1 draft pick Jeff George, like 91. The 91 Colts, another tragically disappointing team. Oh, 91 Colts. They hurt, dude. Let me look. Nobody's gonna tell you about this 91 Colts. One in 15. Oh my God. Oh, they went 1-15. Right after the Bengals went 1. You didn't think it would happen so close. It was Jeff George's Jeff. So all these 49er fans, Raider fans, Jeff George, he was like really responsible for helping Rich Gannon get the Raiders up. Man, he was on the Colts, man. That was punishment watching that shit. And Jeff George was awesome. He could throw the ball so far. I love Jeff George. Jeff George is one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. You had to have watched football in the 90s to even have seen Jeff George. So most people just don't know what they're talking about. They think Peyton Manning is the only guy that ever played for the Colts. Would you rather have to scream for a poop or cry when I pee? I don't think my vocal cords and are connected like that. The detonator. I'd be like, stuff's floating around my head. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know what? We're missing something, guys. I'm sorry. Let me put on my cat ears. Just 20 minutes into the show. You left me alone for a whole month. But nobody watched me since June, man. August. It was terrible. August the Duck is a snitch. Y'all watch him? I'm looking for a new Final Fantasy stream right now. I want to make a Japanese person scream, you! Josh wasn't that around. You! Live. Last hour. Master Query is complete. Kitsune Goriya. Musical, subscribe.
Could does anyone know if there's a boss at the end of this dungeon that I was in? I'm gonna obviously go back to it. I'm sure there will be. Hi Teddy, how you doing? It's the first time I've had to hopefully use this on the last time. Didn't Dragon Quest do stuff like this? Oh wow. The 1 HP, that's really sad.
You with it.
Okay, this is going to cost me quite a lot at the end.
Moppery with intentions to gawk. You like steampunk? Lin Min Mei. She sounds kind of like Lin Min Mei. If Lin Min Mei was remastered and didn't sound like crap, produced in a cartoon studio, then you don't. Nobody's buying the Robotech soundtrack. Rick Hunter, Roy Folker. Rick Hunter. Lin Min Mei, her first cousin wouldn't let Rick hit it. She couldn't give it up. She wanted to be in love, but she couldn't marry the hero, Rick Hunter, because her cousin wanted to marry her. I mean, that's not a really wholesome story for the girl to run off with her cousin and he was basically hitting it, and she didn't like it. Robotech is about rape. Lin Min Mei is still getting fucked. In the storyline, according to the storyline, her face is gaped right now. Not kidding. She's gaped face right now. You know I'm bad. I'm a bad guy when I can break down the plot of Robotech can tell you that it's about a whore. It's about a whore who'd rather fuck her cousin. She would rather be with her cousin than with Rick. You can sacrifice yourself to defeat the Zentradi. You're never gonna hit it because her older cousin, you know? I mean, how could I love a girl? Why would I love Lin Min May? She can't love me back. Why would I love her? Why would I love her? I would rather fall in love with the black girl. The black girl actually gave it up. Roy Falker, right? Roy Falker was with the black girl. What's her? We don't even know her name. You didn't come in here say. Deep Thoughts by Jack Handey. Robotech is woke, bro. It's Claudia Grant. She was the chief communications officer of the Super Dimensional Fortress. Okay. She was born in 1976. That's when I was born. She loved Roy, but Roy died. Okay, at least Roy lived. I mean, if you secretly had a crush on her, well, I mean, that's the whole point. Oh, Screech. You know, as much as I watched a lot of Saved by the Bell, I never caught that reference where Screech. I could picture him saying such a bland, the type of crap that comes out of his mouth. Lin Min May. I mean, I could picture him saying something like that. Dustin. I always saw real girls on TV, man. I never really had a crush on cartoon here. Maybe Strawberry Shortcake was happened to be my age when she came out. There you go. Rainbow Bright. Yeah. And then I would always watch the girls on Little House on the Prairie. They should just call it Little Girls on the Prowl or something like that. I like the bad bitches, the bitches that always got, you know. I didn't like the girls on the house. They were stuck up. They didn't put out. Typical American. The problem with America is that damn full. Good thing the NFL took the camera so they couldn't make any more episodes. In 1984, the NFL was on set. Hey, nice equipment. Let me use this equipment. And then they burned down the house. Nelly from St. Louis. Nelly, that's Nellly. And then, you know, Thundercats, I didn't like Thundercats. He-Man was cool, but at 3:30 in the afternoon is not the time I chill, okay? I'd rather chill at a different time of day. And then you start chilling and watching cartoons 24 hours a day. It's like, that's when life has just defeated you. The first time you watched in Cartoon Network twice in a row, all night, She-Ra, Princess of Power. She was hot. She looks good. She never looked bad. I never thought I would look at this hideous Princess of Power. No, she was she likes strong. She was strong, you know. She could strong enough to love. It takes only a weak person can't love. You know, it's hard, but that's cheesy talk. Beer. Hanna-Barbera. That's Hanna-Barbera. Hanna-Barbera is like trash cartoons. Unless it's vintage, you're watching late 80s Hanna-Barbera. No. A big no. A big no. Gem is more like a lunchbox. You might see at Pick and Save, at the discount toy rack, a lot of Gem merchandise. Like, yeah, Gem, a fake band. The lunchbox would be okay. If they had a lunchbox. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. The Raiders are on the road tonight, guys. Yeah, the Raiders are in Los Angeles. The Raiders have 2 games in LA this year, Chargers and Rams. The Raiders are the worst team in football. I mean, we're about to see tomorrow's Chargers are going to be the best looking Chargers you've probably ever seen in your life. If they don't score 56 points, 48 ain't enough. 56, that's just right. Is that one of the early games? NFL schedule.
Here are the NFL games for week 1.
Nope, that's a 1 o'clock game. There's 3 1 o'clock games. Basically, the AFC East is playing at AFC West. We had a paper sack. I didn't have lunch, bro. I had no lunch. I had no backpack. My family was too cheap to buy a fucking bag for me. Okay? Lunch? I had no breakfast. I had no lunch. I eat out of the trash, okay? While I'm at school. They called me Trash Digger. That was my name. And then they would say another word that rhymes with digger. They'd call me the Trash Digger. Okay? The Trash Digger. That's what they called me. They'd sing a lunch when I was hungry. They had my own theme song when I was getting my meal. The Trash Digger. Okay? The Trash Digger is what they sing when I'm getting my lunch, okay? But you kids are soft. I mean, you kids in 2024, bro. I get my lunch out the trash, bro. Y'all soft. That's why I made it this far. I'm proud of myself. Damn. I still eat out the trash. I got something out the trash yesterday. Okay. Yeah, trash digger chigger. That's what they called me. The trash digger chigger. I'll do it again. Those kids threw away so much food. They back in the 90s, kids didn't even eat their lunch. Dude, who eats their lunch? You go home and eat a real food. You bring lunch just to show it to somebody. I'm class of '95. When I was getting out of high school, it was I could ditch school as a senior and play Super Nintendo. Bro, the other kids couldn't do that. They didn't have it. Okay, Missile Command is a funny game where the turrets and missile commands are weird. Your ability to strike anywhere on the screen without moving, Missile Command. There should be more games like Missile Command. Choplifter got all the sequels. Maybe Choplifter killed Missile Command. See, in Choplifter I can go back and forth. In Missile Command I'm stuck in the middle. Okay. Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan. Genesis, give it to me. Give me Genesis. How many Star Trek fans got the Genesis? A lot. I'm not a big Genesis fan. I could live my life without ever playing Genesis again. Just like that. Get out of here, Genesis. If I only had one game on Genesis, nothing comes to mind. I don't want anything. I need Altered Beast. Okay, I'll have to keep Altered Beast in my library. Yeah, it's a little long and possibly like a Vulcan Death Grip. How nice is Spock? He just goes around choking people. Holy shit. Spock is evil. Anybody who listens to Leonard Nimoy should be shot. I listen to Ricardo Montalban, right? Ricardo Montalban. Ricardo Montalban, Montel, like Williams, like Ricardo Montel Williams, Montel Ban, Ricardo Montel Ban. I like Ricardo Montalban. He's like the Raul Julia of the 80s. Everybody loves the guy who plays Gomez Adams, or this guy was a little like that. if Fantasy Island was similar to, it had its similarities to Addams Family. So how long can I go tonight? I got 6 inches on this beer. Klingon is a language, I don't speak it. Now, I got the chance to work with Shatner. Highlight of my life, okay? I never got to work with a Star Wars actor. I got to work with the guy from Quantum Leap. It felt like, wow, is this Quantum Leap? That we weren't filming Quantum Leap, but I worked in Tom Hanks movies, Sandra Bullock movies, Jackie Chan movies, Toyota commercials, beer commercials, German foreign films, softcore pornography on Cinemax. I did an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David at the Staples Arena during a live Lakers game. So, I only worked so many days. I didn't work as many days as I wished. About 3 days a week out of 7. It's hard to get to set 4 days a week, guys. It takes a day. You need to recover from work. When you go to a movie set and they're filming, you never know when they're gonna go home. They're gonna keep you until 2 in the morning. Scott Balow. Charles in charge of our days and our lives. Charles in charge. Everybody thought Scott Balow was gonna hook up. The sexual tension on set was just unreal. People love sexual tension between actors, and Scott Baio was the ultimate pornography for afternoon flirting. Plus, he was in the movie where the bra you busted or zapped, where he could make your bra open up and your boobs fly out. Scott Baio. He makes your tits fly out of your shirt. Like this. Ugh. It just happens as soon as he looks at your boobs. You have to remember, sex sells, and every single show had their separate pornography. Like Family Guy is gay. Family Guy, Peter has a little dick and he likes to think about fucking Chris. Can I say that? They always make these jokes about Peter Griffin is gonna fuck Chris Griffin so hard. So hard. So hot. What's up? Every show has its moment of sexual depravity. Okay, where the writers say, how low can we go? Even the NFL does it when they hit the hole. Bro, he hit the hole so hard. The NFL is for depraved sexual lunatics who don't know how to softly touch themselves. So now my comments have stopped. Nobody has any comments in the chat on what. You understand what I'm saying? You follow me? The regulators? I'm gonna call my chat the regulators. Dude, my vape pens just won't hold a charge. They want $20 for a fucking battery. Dude, ain't no battery worth 20 bucks, bro. Dude. You put like, how many, your kids, you putting $20 batteries in your kid's toy? Are you kidding? Good hits. Let me get a good hit. I'm gonna ask my pen, please don't flash red. Not red. The only highlights I watched today was Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. After watching the game, I realized this Cincinnati must have just given the game away. The people of Pittsburgh are the masters of taking any victory they can get. So as I predicted, nothing would stop Pittsburgh from winning yesterday. I think the Jets are going to bring the same attitude. The Jets coming to San Francisco is very similar to hey, this guy, I was watching the history of Nintendo right before I started. Right, okay. So, St. Francis, I spelled it wrong, right? Is it? Okay, St. Francis he basically took playing cards, Pokemon cards, to Japan 400 years ago. St. Francis is a patron saint who's spread Christianity. He was sent out to spread Christianity. Without St. Francis, there would be no Nintendo. St. Francis. When you talk about the New Orleans Saints, the saint. There's many saints. I would test your Saint quiz. My favorite saint is Saint Bede. Who is Saint Bede? If anybody knows who is the Saint Bede, you know which saint I pray to. Okay? Spoilers in 10 seconds. Saint Bede is the saint of need. If you need something, you pray to Saint Bede. You don't pray to Saint Francis. Okay? I don't pray to Saint Francis, but Saint Francis did his shit. He did his shit, all right. And history will be full of people who knew how the world was changed drastically. And I know how who started World War II? It was Portugal. It was St. Francis. It was the Serbians who thought they could align with their church. The Serbian saints are not to be mentioned. I couldn't name any of them. I feel cheated. So let's Google Serbian saints and see what comes up. with the list of crazy people names. Be like Saint Leonidas, the patriot saint of drunks and idiots. Here, I'm on Wikipedia with the list of the saints of the Serbian Orthodox Church. We got Anastasia, Saint Anastasia, Angelina, there's a lot of saints on this list. Saint Stephen, Stephen the Blind. Saint Stephen the Blind he's the big one. Yeah. So the Habsburgs. The House of Habsburg is the final name on the list of people that started. You know, everybody else was fighting for the Habsburgs. So the Habsburgs started World War II. End of story. What is Kursk? Is Kursk a city? Is it a region? Is the Kursk a region that is currently it's in Ukraine? Remember, my mom came from Hamburg in '49. I consider myself a German. You can tell me I'm German. You can't trust anybody else, baby. I'm German. Who you want to snitch out to? You want to snitch? Is your mom from Hamburg? Living in Frankfurt. Frankenfurter. It's all over. Your mission is a failure. Your lifestyle's too extreme. I'm your new commander, and you now are my prisoner, and will return to Transylvania. Prepare the transit beam. That's my favorite song. Rocky Horror. Riff Raff, the producer of the movie, had the best scene. When he shoots the monster in the back, and then Dr. Frankenfurter dies. Yeah. I'm just a sweet transvestite. Woo-doo-doo, from transsexual Transylvania. I hate it, guys. Guten bite. Goodbye. Guten bye. Are you trying to I know Guten is like a good. I'm stamping Franzosians be Trojans. Good dank. Look, my grandpa was a traitor. My grandpa was a traitor. My grandpa was a traitor. My grandpa was a traitor, bro. He was in World War II. Look, bro. My grandpa. He's looking for children to take home. He's not dude, he's over there looking for kids to take home. And they brought my mom home. They don't know who my mom's dad was, and they don't know who my mom's mom was. They're over there looking to snatch up kids and bring them home, okay? These people, they're all dead now. They're all dead now. I knew in my life I could live without them. They were ancient when I was born. They were ancient when I was born. During the heavy fighting of the World War II, my grandpa said he was hiding during the heavy fighting of the Battle of the Bulge, the world famous Battle of the Bulge. My grandpa was hiding upstairs the whole time. That's why he stays in the picture. Hey, you know what? Hey, I think he would have been pretty safe in the house, seeing as the house didn't look too badly damaged. So he was just doing nothing. He was just doing nothing. Yeah, he did nothing. He was sleeping in the fucking hay during the fucking Battle of the Bulge. And snatching up kids. They wanted a boy, but they didn't undress my mom to see it was a girl. They took my mom thinking it was a boy. Okay? And that's the way it works. Currently, China just banned adopting children. You cannot just have a Chinese kid. You pay some money. China says you can't. Back then, you could take a German home. That's why I'm stuck up here in America with a bunch of people who don't even know they don't even know who I am. Because Los Angeles is not a German stronghold. Okay? Well, Europe deserves it. It's the most fun possibly imagined. Burn yourself out. Burn yourself out. While my generation stays at home and laughs, they're laughing at you. The World War vets, they're still alive. They see you on the news. They're like, look at this guy running around with nothing. You don't have a pack train of supplies, bro. You running around with nothing. You want to be the shit, but you ain't the shit. When you running around, nobody wrote your name down before it starts. They're like, who's out there today? Nobody knows. If they don't know your name and they catch you, bro, that's not good. So, are you a prisoner of war? No. Oh, they're gonna do whatever they want. They're gonna do whatever you want, bro. You'd be better. I'd rather be a fucking pal, bro. I'd rather be a prisoner of war than to be caught by my own team. Could you imagine me getting caught by my own squad? That could never be me. Okay? That could be you. I see that shit happening all the time on TV. Kursk is a place that gets wet. Kursk is probably part of the old Khan of Crimea, the Crimean Khanate. Kursk might be near Putin's house. You have asbestos paint. It keeps you warm. Kursk is just halfway to Moscow. Kursk is a very fine Steiner counteroffensive. I'm looking at a Kursk right now. The Sumy Oblast. Sumo, S-U-M-Y, Sumy Oblast, pushing north. Kosovo. The Iowa National Guard just sent all their helicopters to Kosovo. So we'll get updates from Kosovo if any Americans go down. But we're still sending Americans to Kosovo. The big thing is Turkey attacked our Marines again. Okay, Turkey. I see better without my glasses. Albania are the most confused people on earth. They're just a rock in a hard place. Albanians don't have many friends. You just go around it. Albania, you just go around it. They'll come out. All the people there, they're gonna be looking at you, going in circles. Okay, Albania might be the most encircled, and man, they ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. The greatest thing, we have to build a road to Alaska, more roads to Alaska. That's the future. Yeah. I like women, mostly because of the body parts they have that I don't. Well, I had my shirt halfway off, and then I put it all the way back on. Just light up my candle and hit the vape. I can reach the light switch with the broom handle. I was watching a babe play Final Fantasy. I was like, baby, I got candle lights. Yes, the Albanians are fiercely criminal. I'll pay $20 for a prostitute. I ain't paying no damn 100. I ain't paying. You got me twisted. I know the value. I'm gonna marry the next prostitute I fuck. So I'm only giving her $20. She can watch me spend the rest of her money. Bro, she's gonna be with me. I'm not gonna let her hold the money, bro. You understand? I ain't coming out to Vegas to hold my money. Vegas doesn't need broke boys. Right now, Ice Poseidon is in Vegas, but Vegas is in LA tonight. Why would I pay to go to, I guess, either Raiders and Chargers? I could get a hoe in LA tomorrow. I'm gonna save up and I got the money I got now. My $20 is gonna get me laid now. I've seen Sunset Thomas charge $1,500 to get laid. That was 20 years ago at the Cat House on HBO. I've seen somebody else pay that crazy amount of money. I'm not about to be that loser who go, hey baby, here's more than a month's worth of my money. I've had prostitutes in Tijuana. I've been down to Tijuana and had 2 girls in one day. I'm not trying to give all the money to one. Dude, I need 2 girls in one day, bro. You get $1,500, I better get 2 girls. Okay? It better be for a weekend. It better be for dude, that's a rent. That's a month's rent, bro. I better be moving in for $1,500, and she better be not available. I better be waiting for her on good faith that she's coming home to spend part of the time with me. Oh, I'm home all the time, is what she tells everybody. It's the NFL 2024 season. It's the best time of year because the high school kids have been playing for 2 weeks. The college have 1 week, and the whole system is ready for next year. The high school players recover before the rookies get more time off than the pros. If you play college, you'll be done on January 1st. You'll have more time off. As a rookie, you're coming in, you're fresher than a pro. The pros have been worn out by the end of January. Patrick Mahomes needs, some good backup play to help get through August. Now all those guys are benched, and who is Patrick's backup? You had 5 for 180 in Tijuana. Hey, not everybody gets a prostitute. My brother said it takes a real man to have a prostitute, and my brother can't get a prostitute. A prostitute will pick you. Usually they'll motion towards you illicitly. So you don't go around asking if a girl's working because she's Latina. Well, she's a Latino. I thought if she's out, she's working. Give women the break that if they don't approach you, they're not a prostitute. Now, not a lot of women do that. It takes a certain amount of degradation to get a woman out on the street approaching men. And, if a woman approaches you, she's probably not going to ask for $1,500, okay? And $1,500, you're on some sleazy website or the free newspaper they give away in your neighborhood. I don't even have any condoms on me. Well, I need to get some condoms real quick. Especially with all these New Yorkers in town. I don't want them to give me anything. You get a vibe. Pull the condom off. That's the number one. Hey, what do I name in my video? pull the condom off. That's the number one name of the video. It'll be in 100 years the most common title for a video is gonna be pull the condom off. Stealthing in stealth. And that's going to be the it's going to cause the genocides of the world. Like the Bengali people, the people of the Khan, East Pakistan. They weren't, yeah. How about those candles? Let's spin them. That's nicer. Bangladesh is the center of the human population. There's more people in Bangladesh. I used to cater my thoughts to the Chinese as the Chinese outnumbered the rest of the world, but now, currently right now, the Bengals, as in represented highest rank Muslim priest. The highest rank Muslim priest is the Bengal priest. That's why the Bengals thought they were being smart by joining the league after the Saints as the Bengals. After the Saints came in, they had a little think group in Cincinnati about all the Saints, and they're like, well, these Muslim Saints, they dress like they wear stripes on their sleeves. That's what the stripes mean. I don't think Christians wear stripes like that. I spent maybe 7 days in San Diego. I've been to SeaWorld, I've been to the Wild Animal Kingdom, I've been to San Diego a couple times to check out the natural lighting on the mussels. Most of my strength is above my head. If I do any exercises with my arms above my head, like curls are done below your. I don't do curls. I don't have mid. That's not where my strength is. Pipsqueak. Beer makes you strong. You pipsqueak. I'm 200 pounds. I'm breaking a sweat, and the heat coming off my candles is real. I have no vape pen charging. If this blinks, I'll be up shit creek. What's up, Connor? Thanks, guys. It's a lot harder to go down than it is to go up. Everybody's trying to get Mr. Beast to lose subs. Ronaldo. And you know, that is all people really want, is they want to see the tongue like this. That's all they want. They want to see the tongue folded like a taco. Make a tongue taco. Have a tongue taco. You want a tongue taco? I haven't seen a midget punch a dude in the nuts recently. Did he have a boxing glove on? Violence is cheap, bro. Remember, this is what I like. I like really expensive violence. I like it when nobody can afford violence that nobody can afford. Like, you can afford a midget punching you in the nuts. So that's not gonna bankrupt. You're not gonna go to the bank and be like, oh nah, man, that midget used to stop. Okay, a midget can swing as long as he wants. Okay, the midget's not gonna collapse the economy. Okay. I like violence that collapses the society. Yeah, we haven't seen any since Mobile, Alabama. Since Detroit, 1968. Okay, that's why Detroit is a bad name, because it's urban decay. Right. Even Watts, South Central LA, Rodney King, Reginald Denny. It's very important that I mention Mr. Denny. We recognize that everybody was a potential victim that day. It was 1992. All I wanted to do was go to the mall and loot video games. I'm like, man, those 92 games suck. Even if I got all of them, I would have been like, what games would I have gotten? If you went for a riot during the LA riots and you stole all the games, well, you couldn't steal a game if it wasn't out. So you would have a bunch of the shittiest games. It'd be a sad collection. You couldn't pay $10 for any Nintendo game after it was old. They lose their value so fast. Double Dragon has no value. Every single home version was trash. So if you have it, Double Dragon is just a trash game. My best friend gave me his Street Fighter 2 because he could, without taking damage, and he didn't want it. So I got Street Fighter 2 for free because this is the same guy. I live at his PlayStation. I was living at his house in 2015. So my best friend gave me his Street Fighter 2 in 1992, and 23 years later, I'm still crashing on his couch, right before I came to San Francisco. And he never had a single regret about giving me his Street Fighter. And he would still buy a copy of Street Fighter 4 on the Nintendo DS 3D. He had Street Fighter 5. I knocked on his door back in 2010, and he was like, "Whoa, hey, I just downloaded Street Fighter 5. You want to play me?" So that, Skate or Die, we got that with our own money right when it came out. It was strange. I never had as much. Right when we bought Skate or Die was probably the peak of our buying potential. I never had every game. I could have had any game that day. So we came home with Skate or Die. I would have preferred a different game on that day. Okay. What makes a game special is the choices. Like, you put it up against something that is already out, and you can't. Most people didn't play Final Fantasy in 1990. That's what I chose for myself with my own money. I don't know how I had $30 in April on 1990. It was right after my birthday. I just happened to have $30 still. I went to Fedco. I bought the game. It was a good investment. But Skate or Die wasn't. Skate or Die lost its value. You couldn't give it away. You want to trade a good game for a bad game? Skate or Die is a bad game, so you can trade it for a bad game. What's the trade value? Ernesto Murillo, what's up? Welcome to the Regulators. Murphy, I told you I'm coming for you. What's up? Vato, Orle Vato, what's happening? Go Raiders. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, my grandma always gets Tanqueray gin from Fedco. You get a big bottle for like $22. I think that's what it said back on the 80s. And I grew up drinking Tanqueray, London's finest gin. That's actually my secret favorite drink. Yeah. Copaso way. Fedco was a membership-only store. It's similar to Costco today. But for a long time, there was no Costco's. And then the Costco's came back. Buying in bulk. Go to the restaurant stores. My sister shops at a place in Pasadena called Restaurant Depot, where food is sold at restaurant half the price of the supermarket, but you can buy by the The supermarket is not the real store. The supermarket is not where restaurants go. Restaurants go to the real store. Food mafia. The food production from the world has really gone down. Ukraine cut everybody's calorie. Mount Vernon and Mill in San Bernardino. Let's get directions to Mount Vernon. Directions to Mount Vernon.
Getting directions to Mount Vernon.
Usually I struggle to put the lights out and then turn my lights back on. But I'll just have lights on and then candles out. Is that in Connecticut? Bro, I mean, when you say Vernon, people start thinking Connecticut. Are you thinking in Yonkers? Is that near Yonkers? I don't know what that. San Bernardino, Yonkers. So there's two Mount Vernons. I'm from the San Fernando Valley. So, yeah. I know all about San Fernando. I'm not a big San Bernardino guy. And I think San Bernardino is probably right next to San Fernando, right? Yeah. So, you're an hour east of East Los Angeles. I am East LA. I am East LA. Okay. My valley is the East LA. You're just next to it. Yeah. And then maybe what's after you, Carson? How close are you to Carson? Carson expansion soon. There should be professional expansion into Carson. And we'll skip San Bernardino. Because you're just the outskirts. You're not far enough. The Carson community is a future mega city. It's the next Fresno. I could be wrong. Based upon ancient data, is what I think. Born in East LA, man, I was born in East LA. That's my song. I'm from East LA. I don't know the words to the song. I know the chorus. That's it. Football, so I'm oh yeah. You went. Oh, Ronnie Lott went to your school. Damn, bro, that's pretty good. Okay. Nobody went through my school on the football team. I'll tell you that. Zachary Taylor Thomas from Home Improvement. When I was a senior, I could go. Zachary was like a freshman, and I'd just talk to Zach. I'd go up to Zachary, and I'd say, "Hey, my brother, he's doing that audience on your show." He'd tell me. I'll be telling him, "Hey, my brother works on your show." Small world. My brother worked at Audiences Unlimited. They worked at Roseanne. They would sit the studio. They would bring the studio audience in and sit you during studio work where you sit as a paid audience. But I did that on like Dr. Phil. One episode of Dr. Phil, bro. I'm on that shit. Yeah, that's awesome. Because I've never seen it. And now I forgot what episode it was. God damn, that's too bad. Because I do remember the topic. I think it was 2008 or 2000. It wasn't. It was before 2010, so I don't have to watch every damn episode. Jack Doherty, The Biggest Star. Daniel Bergoli. I'm just doing my. I'm just feeling alive, guys. I've always had tightness in my triceps. Okay. Ryan Nisi. Peekaboo. Ernest Ryan Nisi. Ryan Nisi has 28 subscribers. He does Colts. The Colts are every man's team. Everybody should watch the Colts. The Colts are there's so many bad. If you don't like the Colts, they're really just the Bears. The South Bears. The Colts and the Bears, what's the difference? They just, one of them's NFC, one of them's AFC. Same fans. Yeah. So you can't move two city teams into Chicago. Chicago can't support two cities, but secretly everybody in Chicago loves the Colts. So it's the best place to see a game. It's closer than Minnesota. If you live in Chicago, the Bears are the Bears and the Colts are the two closest teams. You're never gonna be like, oh, I want to watch Pack. No, that's never. The Bears and Packers belong to you. No. The Colts is just part of Chicago. Chicago is really big. It's got a lot of people. You think it's got a small footprint. It's just a city, like it's county lines. No, Chicago is all of Indiana, but it doesn't really extend past. I would not say Louisville is the Chicago territory. Ryan Nisi, he played with alongside Manning. I really didn't watch college in the 90s. It's hard to watch. I didn't have cable TV in 96. A couple years we just didn't pay the bills, right? You couldn't watch anything. Before the internet, 93 was probably my last year offline. And the first thing I did online was go to GameFAQs and get Game Genie codes from my Nintendo. So I mean, I wasn't incompetent. I could complete a task, but there was no new Game Genie codes that were better than the codes that were in the book. So as long as you had the book that came with the Game Genie, you weren't gonna find anything online immediately. Maybe after 20 years, they've cracked the codes. There's better codes for your Game Genie, but trial in 92, going online for Game Genie codes, you just couldn't find anything. The Bears are making a run this year. The Packers, thank God the Packers are in last place, because the Bears can actually, the Bears in Minnesota, did I take, who did the Bears play? The Vikings play the, let me think, the Bears play the Texans. I have the Texans over the Bears. Yeah, the Bears, they think they're going to be as good as the Texans, but the Texans, we know how good they are. We know we expect a 400-yard offense from the Texans tomorrow. The Bears can dream. They hit 400 once all year, okay? The Bears might be up there at the end of the year getting 400, but the Texas team, hey, I'm taking the Texans tomorrow. Everybody, this is an easy game. Nobody looks at the Bears and thinks it's a hard game. I don't care where you're from. It could be 1970. It could be it. If it's not 1985 Bears, you have you expect you're gonna win. You're gonna beat the Bears. Bears are gonna not win. Okay. Caleb Williams. Nobody has seen the things he might do tomorrow. He might shock everybody. He could get injured on the second play. So when everything revolves around seeing something you've never seen in the most dangerous, is a very you have a very short career. Not for long. Not for long, right? That's we're talking about the NFL. So Lee heard him. I don't think he could beat Stanford. That dude lost to Stanford. You gonna tell me losing to Stanford is? I'm not totally convinced that Caleb Williams has to impress me. I'm not sold. And I only partially follow the Trojans. I just happened to catch the Trojan-Stanford game because that shit is #1 news in San Francisco. Not another RG knee. I secretly have the Packers winning the North. Okay. I want to watch Tom Grossi a couple times this year, but only when they're losing. So yeah, I'm only attracted to looking at Packer fans when they're losing. So, I mean, you have to wait 6 years for the Packers to come back to the bank, Cincinnati, for Joe Burrow to get his revenge. Russell Wilson has played the Falcons enough. Let's look at this real quick. Russell versus the Falcons. Russell is 4-1 versus the Falcons. His last loss to the Falcons was 2017. Okay. What do I think about Washington? New QB. Is that the Commanders? Commanders. Smooth move. Seattle quarterbacks or Commander quarterbacks. Everybody looks good in a Redskin uniform. Nobody looks good in a Seahawk uniform. So Washington quarterbacks, they never last very long. So how long do you don't look at, but in Seattle, Washington, they last too long. Even Geno Smith they should probably move on from him. And the Commanders, whoever they got, well, it's got a long way to go. So, I mean, it takes a couple of years for a Commander quarterback. I don't even know who the Commander quarterback name is. I know who Geno Smith is. Right now, the advantage is to the Seahawks. So Washington could practically rename the team and take a new city. They could call themselves the Landover Commandovers. Landover Commanders. Sounds pretty nice. spelled that wrong. Aquinas. Hey, Aquinas football, high school football in chat. All right, good job. I see Aquinas right here in front of me. St. Thomas, Aquinas fans in chat. These people, okay. I'm just a Spartan, regular. There's Spartans all over the United States. Spartan gang. Your Aquaness is like some kind of aqua Spartan. Is that what you are? Who knows? I never heard of them. Could be real. Where's my blue border? You know what? Put that right there. Right in front of my face. This beer took me almost 2 hours to drink. I really wish there was a 5 a.m. game this week. I feel cheated. Like that Brazil game, an international game, but it wasn't at 5 a.m. Feel cheated. The true NFL kickoff is 5 a.m. football. When you're watching 5 a.m. football, that's when it's fans only. Only fans are waking up at 5 a.m. to watch. Other casuals watch whenever. And the Panthers play the international. Is it the kickoff? The very first international game? Andy Dalton could be starting. 5 a.m. Nobody's gonna wake up. I tell you, that's what makes it special. How did he get into such a sweet deal? Andy Dalton posted it yesterday. I didn't read his shit on Instagram, but he's still providing fan service to the fans. Let's just check out. It is Week 6 Packers at Green Bay. And that's Week 1. Okay, I'm loading up the crate. October 6th, Jets, Minnesota. Then Jags, Bears. Then Patriots, Jags. Jags have 2 games. Game 2 and game 3 and 4. Then the Panthers. Game 5, Giants, Panthers. I still got my Bengals logo up. Smaller, make it smaller. Make it smaller. What is cursed? My thoughts with the Justin Tucker has a problem. Justin Tucker has a problem. I like that. How do you fall down Half Dome Mountain? I've been to Half Dome. I didn't climb up to the top. Back when it was unregulated at the base, you could just get up to the base. My family was unconcerned at how high I climbed up on the Half Dome. We didn't have access to the path on the back of Half Dome to make it to the summit. I was on a waterfall with my sister once, and I said, please, just come down from the waterfall. And I haven't had an edge in a long time. That's right. Literally no definition in the tricep. Gotta work on it. Gotta work on that tricep. Which is amazingly easy muscle to work. Ryback suggested the seated tricep extension. I was like, yeah, you know, Ryback's right. Here. I used to run full speed into the wall and catch myself. Those were the days. Mom would yell, stop running in the house. It only takes about 5 steps to cross a living room and then hit the hallway and catch yourself in the doorway. And then turn, stop and turn, run full speed through the house with the lights off. In some rooms, not the living room, I can see clearly as I run into the hall from the living room. The hallway is dark. I catch myself on the door and I turn. Or I could immediately stop it and hit the toilet and make it and drop the deuce. That's right. A big stinking Trump. Not enough. Nobody. The rage bait's not getting them there. The rage bait. I'm gonna go 8 more minutes. It was over 2 hours last time. It was. Let's look at the YouTube statistics. What do you think? 10 people came. True sub count 1526. So this is wrong. Down 11 subscribers for the last 30 days. Real-time views, 109 views in the last 48 hours. People looking at my Squad Buster playthrough. Ten views in this show. Maybe that's last hour. So the first hour, double. We say 20 viewers. Thanks, 20. I know you're not here right now for the best part. I'm chugging the final. And it was too much. I have to chug again. My chugging's done. It's nice to pick up beer at 48 years old. I hadn't had very much, but I've definitely had beer for the last week. That's for sure. I like to drink beer every 2 days. Beer every day hasn't been a reality. I can afford 2 eggs a day, and 1 beer every 2 days. That's my budget. That's what I can afford. Overall, I spent $29 today, which is on par for where I should eyeball. Spending over 30 is like, whoa, where does that money come from? I don't know. It's gonna be another 5 minutes in the show. Let's make something loud happen. Topic, looking for, oh, nobody. It's 4 a.m. The Japanese players should be live. I got a comment. It's been 5 minutes for that one. Cold Chamber. My local music video from Cold Chamber. I just did a search for the new players playing Final Fantasy within the last 90 hours. I see a Zelda show. I'm not watching that shit. Did I limit this search? Ernesto. My brother, his name is Ernest. So you might as well just call it Jake. Final Fantasy X. Cold Zero the Wise. I'm gonna subscribe to this guy, Salem Nadler, and I'm now switching to a different guy who's playing Final Fantasy X. Yeah, I gotta go. Cheer for me. Teach us how to bliss.
I got a game to play.
I got a game to play.
Maybe tonight, you can't tonight. I mean, tomorrow. Promise?
Promise?
Promise.
Promise? This guy's at the very beginning of Final Fantasy X. Started 18 minutes ago. He didn't respond to my comment. I've already subscribed to his channel and we're looking for the next show. I see a Final Fantasy 16, I don't click. I see a Final Fantasy 7 show, I don't click. This Rick Viper playing Final Fantasy 9, I click.
Isso aí, gente. Bora continuar aqui no nosso Final Fantasy IX. Continuei jogando ele aqui offline mesmo ontem. Fiquei jogando um pedação dele. E, cara, que jogo bom, cara. Muito bom. Deu uma avançada aqui, não sei como que...
Yo, Dragon Ball subscribers.
A história aqui, a gente tá no novo continente, tá indo para o novo continente.
He's playing German.
Aconteceu um monte de coisa.
Final Fantasy 9.
Ele já foi destruído aqui. Bom, vou compartilhar a live enquanto isso. Hoje eu vou fazer live sem câmera. E é isso aí, cara. O importante é o gameplay, o importante é o joguinho.
Typical Japanese people are really acute and they read the chat really fast. The Western world is really slow at reading their chat. I get a better response from the international. My sorceress. Crack out a brand new razor. The protective cover is off. This one's for my belly. I wish I had a latex fetish, but I can't afford latex. I got a dollar razor fetish. Yep, dollar razors turn me on. Shave my belly. And make sure you do this. and the beer's gone. How many drips are gonna come out of the can? I deserve a final taste. There's a taste. Hey, you look better in candlelight. Razors turned me on. I'm a simple man. Yo, clip that. Clip that. Clip that. My iPad's at 89% battery. And I'm 3 minutes over 2 hours. I don't use lotion. I used to use lotion on my grandma's feet as a kid, and I only use lotion if someone pays me to do it to them, okay? And my grandma pays $3.50 an hour to rub her feet. And I can rent any Nintendo game I want for $3.50. So if I rub your feet, I can play any game. Okay, that was my economy of the 80s, guys. Okay. All I do is pleasure women. I've been a woman pleaser my whole life. I'm not mad I don't have a woman to please right now. I found a nice lady playing Final Fantasy tonight. Okay? I'm looking for babes playing Final Fantasy. I found one tonight, okay? I did. She was into what I was telling her. I was telling her I got candles. Maybe she came and saw me. And when I'm drinking, I'm definitely looking for the women. If I wasn't drinking, I wouldn't have found my first wife. Okay? A lot of gamers don't drink and they stop looking. Yeah. My wife would not let me suck her toes. So even though you think, oh, I'm in this toe sucking now, you find out not even my wife will let me suck her. She still wants to have sex. But she, yeah. 19-year-old girls are uncooperative in bed, to say the least. Okay. Still got the buzz. I got a nice buzz from my butt. The hurricane. Woo, 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 hurricane. H. I made sure I gave him $10 for a pack and a can of hurricane, and I got 75 cents change back. I told him that's $9.25. I put it on the counter. I was $9.25. He gave me 75 cents back. I went there last night. He charged me $10 for the same shit on my credit card. I saved 75 cents buying the same shit in cash. Shopping cash, bro. They want to rip you off. They want to charge you extra every time you swipe your card. At the current rate, I can afford, 3 hurricanes, two beers and 3 packs a day. I'll be all right. Okay. Suck toes as a minimum. Hard mango, Arizona, and hurricane. Hurricane! Oh, I smashed it. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? It's a hurricane. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It's a hurricane. Yeah, I unplugged the radio. Yeah, Ernesto. Damn, Ernesto. Can you believe it? The radio's not plugged. It's not plugged in. It's not plugged in. And it's the season started, and I'm not listening, bro. They can't brainwash me. I cut you off. Big letters. Just try to get it to. The only thing that matters is getting that correct. Why am I losing subs? Come on, guys. Did YouTube freeze my sub count or something? How low can that go? Don't go any lower. It'll get stuck. Bro, now it's so low it got stuck. Raiders! It says Raiders stood down. Can you imagine losing to the Chargers? If you lose, are the Chargers gonna sweep the Raiders, bro? It's been a long time. Delete that. Let's go with that. We'll go with this one. Right there. This was the floor mat at my when you walk into my company, you step on this rug. You put your foot right down on it. That's the best graphics. We invaded Iraq. Bro, we got gauntlets. Bro, we got the sickle. We got the Morning Star from Castlevania. What is that? The same weapon from Castlevania? Damn, that's what my fuck around with my unit and find out. My unit is still out there. These people are still out there, bro. My unit is they don't want me talking about them. I mean, of course, there's a lot of them. I'm just one person that serves in that unit. I like that lip at the top. Let's bring the bricks down. Let's put this at the top. Represent Fort Hood. I represent Texas, okay? See the part that says Texas on it? That's why I'm allowed to talk. But my show is live. You know, San Francisco, baby. This is we need a new, make it look nice again. Back when it looked nice, I was getting subs. Then I stopped caring. Traitors. When you play Grand Theft Auto, they say the bad guy is Berkeley. Berkeley is a college in Oakland. And the best part of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is when you actually get out of Los Santos and you come up to the San Francisco spot. And they always complain about Berkeley this, Berkeley that. And you take out Berkeley basically. And then you go to Vegas. And I did all that. That's what I played that game in Texas when I was living with my wife. I had my baby in the house. I was playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And the Halo 2 made the white woman leave me. It was Halo 2 or her. And Hurricane Katrina happened, and I got on the bus back to Pasadena with the Creos. And now they shut down the Greyhound in Pasadena, so the refugees can't come. But I remember when the Greyhound was open, and I've seen Greyhounds in Tennessee. I've been in Memphis. I've been in Chattanooga Greyhound. I've seen Atlanta Greyhound, Cincinnati Greyhound, St. Louis Greyhound. That's a big one. They don't fuck around at St. Louis. That's a big station. And it was a fucking tornado outside. And I was loaded with cash at the time. It was a good time. I could afford the pizza at the Pizza Hut inside. Were very, very few times I could afford a pizza at a place like that, you know. Route 66 ends in Pasadena at West Covina. And you can consider Foothill Boulevard part of Route 60. It's not. But, you know, I'm a Foothill Boulevard kid. So, I believe the boulevard is a different type of street than just a Route 6 is no boulevard. Okay. At the end of Route 66, the boulevard starts. Now it's like, what the fuck is a boulevard nowadays? Yes. It has all the shops. It's not a mall. It's not a mall. It's just shops. Just shops. Shops. Maybe a bowling alley. A bowling alley. Not to mention, Route 66 is pretty long. It goes all the way to Chicago. It's hard to have something every 100 feet. So Route 66 has been erased with better roads that go through different spots. But the end of it is the historic end of Route 66 is a preservation site. That's West Covina. Shoots you into Pasadena. Okay. I've seen the Las Vegas, what was the Greyhound in Vegas 10 years ago. I've seen a couple stops in Utah I've seen the Denver Greyhound, the Portland Greyhound, the Puyallup, Washington, well, not Puyallup, Olympia, the capital of Washington. I've been in their Greyhound a couple times. Dallas, Texas Greyhound, Skid Row, Los Angeles Greyhound, big time. That's nearly every time I'm on the Greyhound destination, Skid Row. Every time, dude, and I'd be coming into Skid Row thinking like, man, I don't know if my family's even gonna let me in the house, bro. And my family's so cruel. My brother put me out, and nobody had the courage to force me into homelessness until my brother was only when it was me and my brother in the house together could he kick me out. Like, if my sister was still there, I wouldn't have been kicked out. If my mom was still at home, my brother wanted me out. He got married, and then he said I'd just get the fuck out. And he gave me $300 the first time. I went to Cincinnati, and I stayed 100 and nearly 200 days, and then 300, and then I came back to LA with 6,000 in my pocket, and that didn't work. I should stop there. That was the longest I ever spent in Cincinnati, and the most money I ever came back from Cincinnati, but he still didn't let me sit in the house for a single fucking day. Now he's out, so he's living with the girl in Lynette. Hell no, I'm in the NFL, bro. You have to understand. I'm in the NFL. I'm in San Francisco. I'm in the National Football League. I'm not coming to anywhere. I say I'm going to New York next. On the 20th anniversary of 9/11. Has that happened yet? They didn't call me. No, they forgot to call me. Back in 2011, they didn't call me. I'm going when I'm 50. Taylor Swift is her subscriber count. Please subscribe to Taylor Swift on YouTube so she can be top 50. She's in the top 40. I think she's number 40. Right? So we want Taylor Swift to... Let me look at her sub count real quick. Okay. 59.9 million. So are you going to wait until after she has 60 to subscribe? Or will you actually help her get 60? Because there's a lot of people chasing 60 right now. Right now, Ronaldo is at 57 million. So Ronaldo should be chasing 60 million Ronaldo is not going to pass Taylor Swift. It's going to be difficult, okay? I don't think Ronaldo will ever pass Mr. Beast. I had to work the power plug. See my power plug there? My chargers. The ladder for when I'm climbing. Every man needs a ladder in your room. Power tools. It's 4:24. I've been live for long. Is there any other comments? Let me look. NFL schedule.
Here are the NFL games for week 1.
I got the Jags over the Dolphins. Is there anything I forgot? The Cowboys and Browns. The game's too close to call. It's too close to call. Like that's gonna be the biggest game of the day because the most people are gonna get their butt hurt, a lot of pain. Nobody wants to lose that game. All these other can't say shit, bro, because you don't understand how the tie functions in the standings. And then, I'm not gonna get what I want. It's probably just gonna be a Cowboy win. Maybe you should lean the AFC at home this week. AFC is a strong favorite at home in most games this week. Is it still an upset? It would be an upset. It's an upset alert to call the Cowboys and Browns. No matter what, somebody's going to be upset. And almost wish that game was on in a different time. They almost got screwed in the time zone. It's slightly better than the Detroit. I would rather watch the Cowboys and Browns instead of the Rams and Lions. Let's double check. The game will be over before I blink. But I can think about it in my sleep for 8 hours. Or 10 hours, so as long as I could sleep 20 hours and think about it and then get the score. So, Browns, Cowboys. All-time record. Going to Stat News. And it's reversed. So that. The World Football Database. They haven't played in 4 years. In 1968, they played 2 games. You have to have a series. You want it. The NFL is secretly about having a series with a team. The new Browns have dominated the Cowboys since 2004. Ever since Troy Aikman was. I mean, the Browns are 5-1 since Troy Aikman retired. We'll have to take the Browns tomorrow at home. I think Dallas won the last game 4 years ago. It's hard to win back to back. It's hard to flip flop on the. I'm flip flopping on the Cowboys already. I should be, because not even Joe Burrow has beaten the Browns. Okay, they're afraid to let Joe Burrow play versus the. If Dak Prescott doesn't take 7 hits, I'll be shocked, because the Browns are gonna absolutely just fucking try to kill you. They'll try to kill you. You better bring your backup. You'd be wishing Andy Dalton was there to take some snaps, okay? Unless everybody's gonna go easy on Myles Garrett. This could be the last day. Every time you play the Browns, you may never see your quarterback again. And I expect it's the most expensive game these Cowboys ever going to play, walking into the Browns on week 1. This is a trap game. It's a trap game. Everything you think about football is just wrong. The Cowboys are going to get murdered. Cowboy murder. I'm calling cowboy murder. We're talking bleeding Kansas. It'll be like bleeding. I'm calling out bleeding Kansas is what they're going to be talking about. The Browns are fully loaded. They're not desperate to get arms. They're not desperate to have ammunition. This is not the Civil War Cleveland who had no armament. This is a fully loaded Cleveland. Okay. Versus a mediocre Dak Prescott and a CeeDee Lamb hype. Okay. Bet if Ezekiel Elliott can't carry the game, it's not, it's not about Zach. We know Dak Prescott's going to get hurt, so you better hand off the fucking ball. Even if you're winning, roughing the kicker, them Browns will win it. Browns. It's a revenge of the 1968 season. The last time right before the Packers won Super Bowl I, the Browns would have been in the Super Bowl in 1965, but they didn't have a Super Bowl. So, and that was partially because the Cowboys beat them. And the Cowboys never won a Super Bowl until 6 in 1970 or some shit. So how did that be true? The Cowboys dynasty was never relevant in the years of the Cleveland dynasty. Did they play in 1965? That would be the final nail in the coffin on the way to this. Does the road to the Super Bowl lead through Dallas? Cleveland has won 18 games and lost 14 times. 32 games. First game, 1960, 61, 61, 62, 62, 63, 63. They played twice a year all through the 60s. Every year of the 60s. Every year of the 60s, right? So. The Browns' last NFL championship was in 64. So, if you look at the 64 Browns, they had a series. They played twice versus Dallas. They went 4-1 in the preseason, losing at the 49ers their first year. But let's see here. The Dallas Cowboys, they won. They beat the Cowboys twice in 64 on the way to the Super Bowl. So 64, 2024, some similarity. How many years? 60? 60 years. A lot of history. The Browns dominated the Cowboys 2-0, 60 or so. We expect the Browns to do it this year. And we'll find out when I wake up. Because I'm sleeping. I'll be asleep. All right. Maybe I'll be live during a random game. I cannot predict which game I'll be watching when I wake up. Alright? We'll see what it is.